Today on this guy's garage, we're going to try to get a snowblower going that we drug out of a snowbank. Hasn't been running for years, and this the best part was somebody took the spark plug out of it a couple of years ago and never put it back. I don't think this project's going to bear any fruit, but we're going to give it the old college try. What do you got to lose? So this is the honey right here. It's a Kimpex 48-inch snowblower with a 13 horsepower Honda engine in it. And it's been sitting outside for a long time. And somebody left the spark plug out of it, as I was saying earlier. So I don't have much hope for this one. But we'll see how it goes. So I got the snowblower here. It was behind the garage, dug it out of a snowbank. As you can see, she's still full of snow. And this is the way I found it. No spark plug in it. Oh no! So last night I filled a hole full of deep cream. And this is what we did. Left it sit all night. I just got a Stilson here. I'm gonna see if I can turn it over. Wouldn't turn over by hand. I tried to turn it over with the power handle, but it was just turning the bolt. I didn't want to break that off. So that's in there. You can't really see the hole, but that's what's going on. Just 1 second. Oh. Sounds a little crunchy, but it's turning over. Deep creep worked. Okay. See if I can get this thing to... Got it. Got it moving. But it won't turn over at 360. So what we're going to do, going to fill the hole full of penetrating fluid and work it back and forth until it turns free, 360 degrees. Now that I got the engine turning, I'm going to pour some transmission fluid down the cylinder hole that's got an abrasive in it. Hopefully we can clean it out. And we'll try to get it running. Got nothing to lose by getting it running. If it's got to be rebuilt, it's got to be rebuilt. So I noticed when I was pulling it over, I was getting blowback out of the carburetor hole, which told me that the valve was stuck. So I took the valve cover off, and this valve was stuck. It was, so what I did was spray some penetrating fluid on it, moved the follower at the way and tapped it back and forth, and tapped it in, sprayed some fluid on it, turned it over, and the valve came free. So it may have been a stuck valve why this thing stopped working in the first place. So next thing I'm going to check for is to see if this engine's making any spark. So I just put a spark plug in the plug holder. I bought a new one because there was no plug in this when I bought it. And as you can see there, lots of spark. So this thing should fire up. Next thing I'm going to do to test it, I'm going to put the spark plug in the hole. I'm going to spray some carburetor fluid in it and just see if it'll give a quick fire, see if it'll choke or cough or spit or something. And then I can put the carburetor back together and see if it'll run. because there's no point in going forward if there's not enough compression in it to get it to fire. So I got the spark plug in it. I'm just gonna spray some carburetor cleaner in it and see if I get a little puck out of it, see if it'll start. Oh, there we go. Fire in the hole. It's in pretty rough shape, but I just want to see if this thing will fire, and it'll work good enough for that. I've seen carburetors on eBay for like 25 bucks, so I don't mind spending a few dollars on it if it's going to run. But right now we just want to see if it'll actually run. So I'm going to put this carburetor back together and see what it does. Uh-oh. Here, she's running. I'm shocked. Broke this thing out of a snowbank. It was sitting for years with the plug out of it. So we got it running. Well, it runs pretty good, but the carburetor is totally screwed. So I'm gonna order a carburetor for it, but at least now I know it's worth ordering a carburetor for. As I was saying earlier, I'm gonna have to get a carburetor for this unit now that I got it running and nothing has appeared to be too catastrophic on it. Yeah, I gotta get a carburetor. It's leaking like the Iraqi Navy. That's how much gas it's leaking around the seals. The carburetor was really, really rough. But it runs, so I can't ask for much more than that.